What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action, spawning in the top of the map in the blue color, playing as Zeus. His name is Skady. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Poseidon. His name is 3antozz. At least I think it's 3antozz. The 3 is kind of an S, but not quite the right way. Some people call him Antozz, but I like 3antozz. Maybe he can tell me in the chat what he prefers. Anyways, the map is Marsh, and this is another Voodoo ladder game. Currently, not very many tournaments going on. We do have the Meta Plays monthlies, but a lot of the top players can't participate in those because it's a one-day tournament. It means you have to give up like somewhere between 5 to 8 hours of your day to play that if you go all the way to the finals. So that's kind of the shenanigans. Anyways, we've got Poseidon versus Zeus here in this game. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what you need to do as Poseidon. Hold onto your lure here against any one of these gods where you are unsure about your second town center. So if we check this town center out for 3antozz, this is the town center he wants to get. The back town center, your second town center. You cast lure, you can cast it on this one, but on this town center would be really nice, right in this back here, and that's going to draw those animals in. So he's going to have hunt on this town center. Now, this is the only real way you play against Zeus here with Poseidon is to go for the fast 2 town centers. And the way that Zeus players are normally playing is they get out early Centaur and they try and get some kills with those Centaur, and then they're greeted with walls and don't get all too much. You see 3antozz moving forward, going to grab these caribou, playing very, very nice and smart here at the start of this game. Very, very important to make this this stuff happen. Now we've got houses coming up for 3antozz. We've got the shingles of steel here in the middle of the map, and we also have a armor of Achilles. So really, really nice relics here in this game, and we'll see how this game's gonna turn out here. Now there's a couple of other options for Zeus players to play that we don't see a lot of, but one of the smaller options or better options than the Centaurs, if it's a good map for you, is to get your own second town center first and go for a semi-fast mythic and then hit an Apollo timing. So the big difference between Poseidon and Zeus, apart from the starting of Hermes and everything, is that Poseidon doesn't get access to Apollo, so you can hit some pretty nasty underworld timings onto Poseidon, and we don't see that very often. There is obviously ceasefire to defend against it, but if you ceasefire against the underworld, you're just asking for a building spam on that underworld to come out. We do see the Kadoskabos coming through for Skady, checking out this town center, going to be just moving around, trying to find everything. Yeah, and he does cast the lure here on his hometown center. Now, like, I don't hate it because he's gonna probably hold on to the hunt as long as possible, and he can always move goat over here. But I think I like the idea of throwing this lure over on this location here and grabbing that town center. But we already see walls coming up for 3antozz. He's only got 2 villagers on gold, though. If we watch Matrius playing this matchup, he'll probably have like 3 or 4 villagers on gold already. And he'll be trying to get all the walls up nice and fast. And he's not going for any of these aggressive walls here. Normally we see a wall here, potentially a wall over here, and then like a wall over here. And then we'll finally see a wall over here and here, right? So a little bit less aggressive, but 3antozz going for the aggressive walls, and we'll see how that's going to go. Skady going through Hermes here. He's making 2 villages onto the temple, going to start making those Centaur. We see the Aurochs here getting eaten up as the Kadoskabos comes in to just see what's going on. And this is really important here for 3antozz. He's going to scout the temple. And Skady, he's trying to... Skady was trying to like make it seem like he wasn't on the temple gathering favor there, but 3antozz spotted him. Skady is full of tricks. He is a tricky player. I'd love to if if 3antozz kind of worked out what was going on there or not. But that's always funny. If he garrisoned them or sent these villagers over to the wood line instead of staying on the temple, but all the villagers on wood kind of give it away. He's got too many for a second town center. We see Sylvan Law coming through. Villagers still trying to get these walls up. As we see, the Katoskabot's going to be checking this out. Got the centaur out already. And Hippolyta is coming through, and a stable coming down for 3antozz. He needs to make sure he's got units out to finish these walls off. And if he gets all of these walls up like this, he's going to be in a really, really good spot, because these centaur are just not going to do all too much. We do see one centaur coming in, going to get a little bit of damage done here. Is the centaur for 3antozz coming through. Villagers retreating back. We do see a bolt there onto the Theseus. So there is a Hippolyta coming out now for 3antozz, and double stable here, so not going for a second town center, just one town center fully walled. That's the go here. Now the big question here is, well, it's not really a question, it's answered when you see how many villagers are on gold here for Skady. Is Skady going for a second town center here? And it's clear to me that he is, so he's going to get that one up first, it looks like, because 3antozz is having to spend all of his resources on gold mines. You just see how much hunt he has in his base, and he doesn't even have to worry about fighting at this stage. And we see the centaur sniping a villager here, so Skady preventing the walls on this side. Going to attempt to prevent them up the top as well, as this it's almost going to be a bit unlucky here on this wall. Just needs to move it all the way up, and we'll see how this goes here. As Skady going to be coming into the base here. He does have Sylvan Law, so his centaur are a little bit stronger than 3antozz, and he can very easily snipe this centaur as he does. Boom, and dead. And now the village is going to start getting harassed over here, as the Hippolyta nowhere to be seen. We just see the Theseus coming in, and Skady is going to take his forward town center here. Funnily enough, this map here, these town centers are absolutely rubbish, with only a wood line on each of them. So that's going to be a small issue here. So for the player who does not have map control. So 3antozz making the cavalry here is going to be attempting to get some sort of map control here in order to cut Skady off of food. But there are centaurs, so such is life. Let's see how this is all going to go. And now 3antozz going to attempt to snipe. Well, he leaves the Jason alive with 20 HP. I kind of like that, you know? Like, there's no way to heal this guy up, so just leave him there at 20 HP and snipe him when it matters later. Village is kind of idle here. He does have so many Auroch here to eat. And, I mean, 3antozz has got 23 villagers. So Skady's 28. But he's probably got more resources at this point, and he's always sneaking this. But he has been spotted here, so we'll see if it's going to matter. These two centaur retreating, running around. We did see the Shingles of Steel was picked up, and there goes the Jason, as Hippolyta is trying to snipe the Odysseus. And this town center will pop up here for 3antozz. He has some nice hunt back here he can go and grab as well. But doesn't really have the scouting over here to see that there's elk or anything over there. Let's see what Skady is seeing. Skady doesn't see over there either. It's just a classic Voobly scouting. I'm not going to lie. I see this all the time when I jump into Voobly streams. Just like black, 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 black. And same for 3antozz. Just don't care. Don't care about the scouting. You just see as much info as you need. The important info instead of the sides of the map doesn't matter all too much. And the villagers now turning back over here, trying to get these walls up. I like this from Skady. Come in and wall 3antozz's walls in. Because 3antozz is like, this is my map. This is what I'm controlling here. It's almost like if you ever play like Rise of Nations or something, and you have like, you can only kind of build in your little territories. That's sort of what's happening here. But 3antozz is claiming his territory. And this guy's like, well, I'm going to claim the rest of it then. But there's a Hippocon here ready to come in and deny this one, as the final wall will be placed here for 3antozz, and he's going to be nice and safe and happy. Now, in this situation where you have two town centers, the question you have to ask yourself is it worth it to get the third town center, or do you want to go get Mythic Age? So those are your kind of like choices to do. So we'll see how that all works and what these guys want to try and do. We got husbandry coming through for 3antozz, ready to start eating his herdables. And Skady's actually going to have to do his farm transition here, but he does have food kind of everywhere. So a bit surprised that he's doing that, because he's still got a lot of hunt to go. And it is looking like he's got the economy here to get a third town center. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it at this stage of the game. But also he might be thinking, well, maybe just Mythic Age is good here as well. And he's going for the town center. Fair enough. At this point, the game very, very even here. Like, the score difference is very, very minuscule considering how much Centaur inflate your score, or myth units in general inflate your score. In fact, if we check the post game out and we go to military, the unit kill loss is so very, very close. And the villager count is still pretty close as well. It's only a 5 villager advantage here for Skady. And that's like not even accounting the fact that 3antozz doesn't have to walk so far for his food. So that matters a little bit as well. But nice micro there from Skady, saving 1 Centaur. Leprechaun coming in to snipe everything else. So nice play here as 3antozz kind of sacking a couple of units for a little bit of time here. Starting to make some toxotes. Villagers popping out, doing their thing. Hippocon's coming around, going to try and surround the Hippolyta. Hippolyta going to just retreat back. Will he get out? Sorry, will she get out, I should say. And she does. Nice job. But there's the third town center. 3antozz needs to decide what he wants to do. Does he go third town center? Does he go Mythic Age here? It's looking like 3antozz just going to continue to build units. You can put a lot of pressure on the map. Like, Skady is not walled up at all so far. So units for 3antozz are going to do a lot more damage than units for Skady, because Skady has to push through these walls. And though he will be able to break through this wall, it looks like he's going to attempt to deny the town center here, which isn't going up. So we're starting to see the armory for 3antozz. It's just like the damage here is going to get done for 3antozz. So we'll see what he can find. If we actually check out 3antozz' point of view, he should know that there's potentially villagers over here, because the wolf, only one wolf is dead, but obviously checking that on loop is kind of tough. So you only check it when you try and work out where to go. Other places you could look at for stuff is, oh, he's not there, he's not there, he's not there. He's not on the berries. And you can see he's killing herdables in his base, etc., etc. And now we see 3antozz getting his third town center. But funnily enough, the villager difference is still super, super low. And Skady's been up a town center for quite some time. So I'm surprised Skady hasn't been able to get there. It looks like it's just because he's kind of been pushed off food, hasn't been able to make a farm transition happen, and had a lot of 0% in his town centers. You can see 2 town centers currently idle, as opposed to 3antozz, who's both of his town centers are currently pumping out villages. And even though 3antozz is on 2 town centers, he's actually catching up on villages, which is absolutely huge. And that's a very, very big mistake there from Skady, to not get those farms going correctly. But now he's just got a lot of units, 116 population for 3antozz to 139 pop. So we'll see if Skady can make anything happen here. He's got the much stronger army with the Centaur in the back, though the Hippolyta, if microed correctly, will be able to snipe those Centaur very, very easily. But it is looking like Skady deciding to retreat away as the medium Hippocon comes in and Plow comes through for 3antozz. Lots of wood in the bank here for 3antozz. He's probably going to put all these villagers onto farms. Lots of gold as well. Maybe even too much gold here with 21 villagers on gold at this point in the game. Maybe in the heroic age is when you want to start getting that many villagers on gold, because then you can gear up to get to the mythic age and get Forge of Olympus and everything else. But in the classical age, kind of look at how many military buildings you get, and then like 4 for each military building, or 4 or 5 depending on if it's a Hippocon or not. And then that's about it. And that way you don't get this crazy big 1,000 resources in the bank shenanigans. But Skady is looking like he's gearing up to go to the heroic age here. He's getting his spirited charge, going to make the Supercon much better against the Toxotes, because at 5.5 speed they can dodge the arrows, but if they go up to the 6 speed, it's much easier, and they feel very happy about themselves. The arrows are very weak, but walls are starting to come up for Skady, and 3antozz sees his opportunity to start claiming more of the map. This is classic like modern Age of Mythology play here. Is if you've got any lulls, you just put more walls around and control more and more of the map. We start seeing the house coming down for 3antozz, but Aphrodite coming, and these are the super houses, 1350 because of Shingles of Steel. But Aphrodite is on the way, Apollo on the way for Skady, and we'll see. This is all going to come down to an Apollo kind of underworld timing here for Skady, if he can hold on for it. Because essentially, Poseidon at this stage of the game, just like everything Poseidon has, outclasses Zeus. Unless you potentially go Hera, which is also another good option. Go Hera into Medusa. Into Medusa mass can be very difficult to deal with for the Poseidon player, but it's kind of troll because it costs a lot of gold, and the Medusa, you can get the trades, but it's just like so much gold to make the Medusa spam work. But we'll see what Skady's going to try to do here. Heavy cavalry irrigation coming through for Skady. Curse coming down onto Skady, as well as 3antozz hits the heroic age as well. But this is definitely an interesting fight here for Skady. He's trying to get this fortress up, and I don't think it's going to get up as 3antozz decides to click onto the fortress. Going to deny it for the time being here. Odysseus going to clean up the Nemean Lion. Got the Polita coming in, trying to snipe some Centaur. The village is moving back. Just going to... Okay, a little bit aggressive. Let's get the fortress up a little bit further back. And 3antozz is not going to be able to see this one because his army a little bit less line of sight here. And it's looking like Skady's heavy Hippocon come in, and that's going to be a big game changer here for a little bit of 3antozz is getting his own heavy cavalry, but his resources are so much bigger. He's going to be able to get to the heroic age, the mythic age very quickly if he gets a market up, but I don't see the market going up anywhere here as the fortress is coming down. But it is kind of 80 villages apiece, and I think Skady may have just invested a little bit more than 3antozz in stuff so far. As 3antozz just trying to get mythic, but no market, not trying to get them. There's more buildings coming down over here, I guess. And the economic upgrades for Skady are sort of non-existent. Skady's one of those like Age Mythology players who just doesn't care about economic upgrades from time to time. If we check out 3antozz, he's probably got a little bit more. No, he doesn't have anything either. Neither player cares. No upgrades. Gentleman's agreement. The villagers here having to kind of garrison themselves. We do have the Pegasus coming in, going to look for that underworld here. And walls coming up here for Skady, going to try and make his position kind of felt in this location here. These villagers getting sniped though by the fortress. Gonna have to move away from this spot. Fortified town centers on the way for 3antozz. Does Skady have that? He does not, but he has a lot of resources in the bank ready to go to the next age. See what he wants to do. I actually don't hate the idea of Hera here at all, but he is going Hephaestus. Now, the reason why Hera here is probably not the worst idea is because you can use Lightning Storm on this position with Heliopolis push or Petropolis push and towers and stuff. That forces out the ceasefire, and then you get an underworld over onto this location, during the ceasefire and you set up walls and then you just take down this back-down center. That's kind of that's kind of the option there. But there's the underworld coming in, and of course there's the immediate ceasefire here. Hephaestus coming through for 3antozz as well. Need to send some villagers through this underworld right now. We do see the walls still coming up over here, but need to send some villagers through here and get the military building set up, so at least you have some sort of distraction, because it's the only advantage you have in this matchup as Zeus is this underworld. But he's not sending anything through there. And now 3antozz is just kind of sending everything over onto this location. So this could just be a complete distraction here as the wall's getting set up, trying to get a big Petropolis push. But there's obviously no siege here. And these units coming over to hit this location. Going to be out of position for a little bit. So we'll see if it's going to matter. More walls coming up here for Skady as he's trying to push in here. And Hephaestus just about to pop. Both players very close on their mythic timing. Both saw coming through for Skady. Shaftmine Carpenters coming through for 3antozz. But still no siege here just yet for Skady. He's going to get this wall up, and he can definitely squeeze Petropolis in here. As there's the Hephaestus, the Plenivolt, the Colossus coming in, an immediate Forge of Olympus, fortified town center. It's just about to pop here for Skady as well. And Skady just retreats out. He's like, all right, can't do anything here. Pop in, pop out, get a little bit of damage. I don't think fighting on this location here is smart at all, but he's going to be taking the fight slowly here. Oh, we're starting to see these towers getting set up for Skady. If he can get them set up here, it's pretty big. Forge of Olympus coming through for 3antozz. Quarry, flight control for Skady as he's losing a lot of units here, but maybe he wanted to lose those so he can get some Heliopolis out, but he's still queuing out those Doxotes here. There's lots of buildings around here. Forge of Olympus does pop now for Skady. We'll see if he can get it out, but like 3antozz has got so many more resources here than Skady, so he's going to be able to afford his armory upgrades a lot easier. Just look at this stable spam from Skady over here. 3antozz gets a 1-up. It looks like Skady's role playing as Poseidon here. Now Skady coming in. Looks like his underworld does get cleaned up. The units for 3antozz are going to have to come over here and see if they can deny the push here. We've got bronze shields, copper mail coming through here for Skady. All of the same upgrades here for 3antozz, but also copper weapons. And there's the Petropolis. So we'll see if we can sneak in here. Who knows? Colossus is coming in with the Colossus. I mean, it's not that bad on Extended Edition. Colossus against Poseidon is so useless because the Polyphum is a one-hit set. On Verbally, he does a big whack, and the Colossus stays alive for another day, but he's still kind of useless because then he has to walk back into the town center. It takes even more damage. These towers are up, but Watchtowers comes through. No crenellations yet because you can't upgrade it until you have Watchtowers. So these units are going to be very strong, but this is a very tough position here for 3antozz to be in. These towers in the back are so key. And more towers coming down. We see a bunch of villagers over here sneaking this gold mine. Will we see a trade route started at any point? Not just yet. It's classic Matrix mark. We do see signal fires. A signal... is it signal fires? I always confuse myself. Yeah, signal fires coming, giving you the extra line of sight so you can see more on the mini-map. 3antozz in a lot of problems here in this game to continue. We see the Petropolis coming in, going to sneak in behind this wall and stay safe. Start sieging away at the town center. At least that's. I wonder if it's. I think it's about right. Should be able to fit there. More Petropolis coming in. Definitely better to get Petropolis when you have the towers and the walls set up because there's just no way to take them down. I love to see a stone wall coming in here for Skady as well, just to make sure that this is completely safe here. Looks like Skady's economy here is starting to suffer just a little bit, and he may run out of gold here, and he will on that gold mine. So he's going to have to send a bunch of these wood villagers over here to this gold mine and put these ones onto wood, it looks like. But he is making the trade route, and that's taking a lot of his resources away, whereas 3antozz is not making a trade route. So he's kind of completely fine here, but the big problem here for Santos is no siege units, but I mean, Polyphemus is just going to come in and say, g'day. How you going? Nice to meet you. Is that not the most disgusting thing you've ever seen? This is one unit, and he comes in and 3 hits one length of a wall. And you guys say Bellerophon's OP because he can jump over a wall. Polyphemus doesn't even care. He just comes in and just goes smack, and that's a dead wall. And that's what happens when you give a unit 5 crush damage. And does it have bonus against buildings? I mean, the 5 crush damage. I don't know. That's not per second because that's 5 crush damage per second. God, it's so much damage. Oof. Somebody deal with this unit. God. Holy. Oh my golly gosh. And now I got the thyroid coming out, and Santos is being like, look, I'm completely fine here. What's good? What's good? Let's get going. I got the strong units here. Looks like the gold mine just expiring at the wrong moment here. He's moving these wood villagers over here onto this gold mine, and Sky's just so short on resources here. I think there was either just potentially because he was building a trade route, he just couldn't afford to be making those camel caravans and the food-based units here. Now Skady back up to a more reasonable amount of units, ready to start pushing back in, but champion Toxotes against the heavy Toxotes, and the upgrades just heavily favoring Santos as he's full iron weapons right now, or full iron armor. So these fights here will go heavily in the favor of Santos, and Skady needs to not fight until he's kind of sorted that out. Now seeing Santos coming through here with some walls of his own, going to try and stick it into this trade route and prevent that from going on. 53 gold a trip here for Skady at the minute here, it looks like. Really not that much compared to Santos, who's fixed his Matrius market, though it's still a little bit Matrius market. Has 52 as well. Maybe that'll be a bit different a little bit later. Is this all because of Divine Blood? Does Divine Blood give you that much of a bonus on the economy? I just want to say this quickly. Let's just pause the game. Like, Skady's economy is so much bigger than Santos's, but the kill loss... No? God, I've got no idea. I have no idea why Skady cannot afford the upgrades that Santos has had here. I just generally, this is very puzzling. I think that maybe Skady's just overbuilt buildings everywhere or something like that. That could have been it. Because that's the only thing that would be different, right? This guy's just super struggling to get anything out here. He has managed to clean up this army, and Santos is yet again hurting in this game. So we'll see if Skady can make anything work here. The tower's coming up for Skady, going to try and defend against these Hatyroi. Super strong unit, and really the only answer to Hatyroi are towers on all of your town centers. Otherwise, they're just going to start running rampant with Sacred Charge, with that, what's that upgrade? Weapons of the Titans. It's they just kill everything super quick. Santos just wanted me to point this out, so when you're in the late game, one thing you can just do is just whenever you've got idle military, just constantly click that idle military banner, and that way you'll see this kind of thing. It's just something you have to kind of just get used to. You never get trapped like that again. But now Skady finally getting his Iron Mail out. What's he at? Nearly full upgrades. Just needs the iron weapons next, I think. Yeah. And boiling oil coming through for Santos. Lots of resources in the bank. See how he's going to make any sort of push forward here. More towers coming up here. Still no guard towers. Super important upgrade. There it is. Probably the most important upgrade over... Well, it's probably watchtowers, crenellations, guard towers is the order you want to get them in. Now we see a fortress coming up here for Skady. Going to want to start making those Heliopolis potentially. I wonder if it's ever worth it to transition into infantry here. Just mass infantry to push through, because then the militia can get picked off pretty easily. Don't know. And now these Toxotes finally getting moved. Atlanta going to be able to deal with this Colossus fairly easily with the Theseus. We see stone walls coming in. These Toxotes, they slowly take down the gate. You really do have to get stone walls, man. These wooden walls are very paper thin, to say the very least. Well, they're very wooden, if you know what I mean. See some towers coming up here for Skady. Santos going to try and put some of these stables up. Get this sorted here. Now we see Skady trying to get these walls back up. And remember, one Polyphemus pushes through this in 3 hits. So, where's Polyphemus? Almost like this isn't even a threat. But Bellerophon making his first appearance here, even though he is a sad shell of himself. He's been worked too hard over the years, and now he can only jump. It says once every 5 seconds, but I think that's wrong. I think it's once every 15 seconds. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong there. What can I see? I can see myself. Ah! Boom. Not correct at all. It's got to be once every 15 seconds. No, he is a shell of himself. He used to be the mightiest of heroes, but it's like Santos drops this town center as I'm busy dreaming of a past Bellerophon. But Santos loses that town center. And now he's in a bit of a predicament here. If Skady can get in and throw these towers up and secure this town center, it's going to be very tough for him. It's like Skady has managed to secure a lot of stuff here. These Toxotes in the back here, definitely not the units he really wants to have. Ooh, and Skady going for the town center first with only 4 villages. A couple more villages coming in here. It's definitely a bit of a risky play to go for this, because all of the time you put into getting this town center up could be like a couple of towers here. You could have at least had 1 tower up on this location by now. And if you don't get the town center up, it gets killed super quick, and then you lose a lot of ground. These Toxotes over here picking off some villages. We do see a fortress coming up, as potentially Santos is going to try and take this entire location here as a trade for this town center, which may be worth it here. We see these towers of Santos going down. Skady slowly but surely inching his way into this game to just hold on to it. And he's going to be 4 town centers. But the problem here is, does he have the economy to really make use of the 180 population or not? It's really the question. We just see another fortress coming up here for Santos. Going to attempt to get that one up here. Avoiding the line of sight as best as he can. But Skady will be seeing the red dot here. And he has seen this fortress as well going up. So he's going to know it's there. Whether or not he actually spots it or not is a different story. So you got to get another fortress going down. But this is going to be a lot of militia here for him. He does, look at that, go up to 6 population. These militia each cost 1 population, and they have a lot of damage. See some more villagers getting sniped over here as Skady's economy getting hit. Yet again, Skady does have a good amount of villagers, but he's losing a ton. He might want to start building some more, which he is doing, at least from 1 town center or 2 town centers here. Starting to get some favor here, wanting to make some Colossus potentially. And cleaning up these buildings. Santos not ready to give up. His economy is so strong. Look at that, 3,000 food, 20 20 donkey caravans, 22 villages, and ready to start making some towers in on this location, sniping some villages. Might even be worth it to just pick off these villages and then delete the Toxotes, or just leave them under town center fire, start making the Heliopolis and push in here. More towers coming up here. Wants to defend this trade route. The Petropolis is having none of it. Trying to take this down pretty quickly. Skady not able to really get any upgrades. They still only heavy units at 31 minutes into the game. Hand of Talos coming through for Skady. Bellerophon jumps in, snipes that villager. Pow, pow. We'll see how he's going to go. The Heliopolis is coming in now, so he's going to start taking down the town center. There's no units back here for Skady, though there are some military buildings, so he can get something out here. But look at the resources for 3antozz. At this point, you just want to sack a bunch of villages and just try and get a town center back. See if he can manage to do it or not. It's just you pick off a fortress and then you lose half your army because these militia are stronger than these Hippocons. You see the Silver Colossus coming in, engineers coming through for 3antozz. You can just get every upgrade in the game here at this point. Potentially just throw down a Wonder as an option. I hate to say it. If you really want to win. And there's the ceasefire there for Skady. I don't know if he's going to be able to really deal with this. He's got to get the units out. He wants to get some upgrades. We've got the walls coming up for 3antozz. If he loses this town center, he loses this plenty vault, which is huge. So that's kind of all that's keeping him alive right now. And 3antozz is even taking down this town center as well as this is all going on. It's really nice multitasking here. And we skip the ceasefire here because nothing's happening. And wow, that was such a short ceasefire. And we continue. Heliopolis back onto this town. So they've got tax collectors, draft horses, heavy infantry, fortified walls coming through for 3antozz. Skady, on the other hand, just trying to keep this town center alive. The Silver Colossus coming over here. Does 3antozz have... There's an upgrade here. It's called Beast Slayer, I think. And I'm pretty sure you get that... You get that through Hera? Oops. I can't remember. No, Beast Slayer is just a Mythic Age upgrade, so you can get that to help deal with the Colossus as well if you need, because these a Tyroi plus 50%, that's quite a bit of damage there onto these Colossus that have low hack armor. It's looking like Skady's able to hold onto this town center for the time being. Villagers coming over here trying to repair this. We've got architects coming in. The Heliopolis does get taken down here. More walls and towers coming up here as 3antozz is just trying to hold on to this location. He does have a lot of very strong buildings here, but no units left. There's obviously the 180 pop here for Skady is super relevant. Architects coming through as well for Skady. He's trying to hold on here, but it's looking like Poleiphemus coming back in, trying to say, get out of here with this town center. But Architects comes through just in time, it looks like. Whether it's enough to hold on to the town center is a different story, because it is going down as Poleiphemus finishes that one off. Need to get some more buildings in here for Skady. He has to retreat back, throwing down some more towers. The Tyroi going to shred down this watchtower. There is architects on it, but obviously no guard towers here. Now Skady's got resources in the bank. Time to start spending those. We've got Seekers of the Titans coming through for Skady. And 3antozz can very easily do exactly the same. Sell some resources, which it looks like he's doing. And he's going to be clicking through Seekers of the Titans as well there. And Poleiphemus just bashes the villager. Oh, he's so big and beefy and destroys everything. Champion cavalry now coming through for 3antozz. Excuse me. And the settlement coming up here. You know what, Mr. COVID-95? There is a video you can watch if you're after game settings and hotkeys. Just look up Boyd hotkeys on YouTube. I explain how I use my hotkeys. Everyone's different though. Cool. Seekers of the Titans on the way. Almost almost finished. We'll see if this is going to matter. Normally what happens with Secrets of the Titans, with the Titans, is they just both get it out and then they just whack each other to death, and then you're back to the same position you were in. Except there's a lot of time wasted and a lot of buildings get set up and a lot more defense. We're seeing 3antozz put some more buildings in. He's trying to just stay alive on this back foot here. Does Skady have signal fires? No, he doesn't. You'd see this if he had signal fire. Such an important underutilized technology there. And there's the Titan Gate, a bunch of villagers getting onto it. And obviously 3antozz going to do the same. Does this thing here... I think correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Divine Blood makes Titan Gate go up faster. I also think that it makes the Wonder go up faster. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. And the Watchtower's up for Skady's. 3antozz is just desperately trying to hold on to this position here. He's got so many resources here to just to push through though. We'll see if we can get this town center up finally. There's no real units left over here. Skady is kind of all pushed back. Trying to clean up all of these buildings that, unfortunately for Skady, he kind of felt like he was safe here. But you're never safe. Never safe. And he had no buildings over here, no signal fires. And 3antozz is just sprawled out all over here. Fortresses going up left, right, and center. And the fortresses are the problem because that's just 6 militia that you have to deal with. But it is looking like Skady's Titan will probably come out first here, as there's really not that many units getting the Titan out for 3antozz, but it doesn't really matter. You want to hold on to it for as long as you can. Well, get it out just before your opponent's Titan gets there. It's more the point, I guess. But we'll see. And we do have the Heliopolis here causing a little bit of issues to 3antozz. He wants to get this town center up as soon as he can, but it's getting denied for the time being. Let's see if 3antozz can get this up, but it's just like siege coming in. We've got another gold colossus in here as well. Heliopolis takes this down super quick, and 3antozz has just he's got like 40 population to play with, right? Oh, 60 population to play. No, I can't do math. 40 population to play with. So it's just not a lot here to hold on. He can make all the towers he wants in the world. You see the villagers. There we go. Sacking some villagers here, taking down the guard tower. There's the Titan here coming through. He's going to come and whack against the other Titan that'll be out fairly soon. There's no way that this Titan gets all the way across the map through all the buildings to deny this this Titan from getting out. So no problems. And it looks like, ooh, Skady's getting Beast Slayer. He has not made a single Myrmidon this game. Where is it? Let's check it out. It is just, yeah, it is just Myrmidon. If he wants to make some Myrmidon in order to try and take down the Titan a little bit easier, it's an option. Draft Horses Engineers coming through for Skady as well. So the Titan's walking forward. Potentially, Skady could clean up these towers here. Try and take his town center, take the 4th town center back. I can see another wall coming up over here for Skady as he wants to prevent any of these sort of shenanigans coming in on this side. Skady's market looks like it's kind of cleaned up over here. And there's the Titan for 3antozz. As Skady's Titan is looking to come over on this location here. There's definitely wouldn't be a bad idea to just like move in and take these towers down. He does have 20 more population to play with, so the Heliopolis will be very key here. But now with the Titan, Santos has got 20. Oh, he's lost 10 villagers, so he's only got 30 population for units here. We'll see what Skady's gonna do. This is always risky with the Titan here. You're gonna be trying to take down Santos' Titan. There's so many Heliopolis here. They do so much damage. You can already see nearly 100 points of damage has been done to the Titan. It's going to be retreating away, and Sky's like, I could probably just come over and kill your towers again. As Sky's setting up more towers, and Santos moving in, going to attempt to rip down Skady's towers. Might not be a bad idea. These Heliopolis kind of not doing the right thing, and now Sky's just going to right click here onto Santos, and they're both going to right click onto each other, but the Heliopolis doing tons of damage. So who's going to win? Because the towers are kind of shooting Skady's Titan, so it's fairly close. Ooh, and he got an extra hit there. Going to be retreating back, waiting for some heroes to come in or something, and Skady's just going to move back over here, take some more guard towers down. Boom. Dead. He just does so much damage. So much damage. It's looking like Skady gets the fourth town center back again. Meanwhile, we've got over here Skady trying to take all this down back. You can't just take it down with Heliopolis because the militia is so strong. They just pop up and kill you. You see Santos coming back in. Skady not paying attention. He's retreating back. Just needs to turn around and take the fight. Heliopolis doing a little bit more damage here. I mean, this is one of the more interesting Titan fights you'll see. But look, Polyphemus does a lot of damage to the Titan here. Actually, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. I like to think he does, but he doesn't. And the Titan's just gonna like, okay, let's fight each other here. It's not really close. So Skady's Titan gonna come out with a big advantage here, clean up all the towers on this location. As soon as the Titan falls, where is that population gonna go is the question. How much HP? Nearly 1200 HP here for Skady's Titan. So he could potentially take down another town center with this. Skady needs to get this town center up. Oh, over here we do see a... How do you lose this? There's nothing here. The Petropolis from Santos just managed to snipe the town center of Skady from under his nose, it looks like. And we see Skady just going to send his Titan in, try and take down the hometown center. He gets this town center up as well. I guess Skady's fine with this as long as he gets this back up. We'll see, it'll be close because Petropolis is just going to keep flowing in here and trying to deny this. Ooh. Quite paying attention to his Titan. Kill the town center, Skady. You can do it. Get in there. But Skady's still not able to get this up. I mean, these more towers with more Petropolis coming in for Santos. Just really nice play here from Santos. And I guess Skady's now in that predicament of like, yeah, it's a 20 population Titan, but he can't use that population anywhere else, and he's currently losing houses. This town center is still trying to get up. He does manage to take down one town center. He can move over here and kill this one. Santos has got like infinite resources though, so there's kind of no point. We'll see where Skady's going to go. He can take down houses, I guess. Smack, smack, smack. Town center back up over here. Skady needs some more villagers to come in, and here both players now a little bit lower on their villager count. So late game comes in. All the upgrades are out. You don't need that many villagers. You can see from Santos' economy, it really doesn't, but he's got no population at this point. Titan down to 500 HP. Atlanta trying to fight this one off. Look at her go. Smack. The brave Atlanta with the square head doing her thing against the three-headed dog. But Skady could easily take down this town center as well, I reckon. Still not able to get this town center up because droplets keep coming in over here. This must be tough for Skady. He kind of knows he's got the win here, but he just can't quite make it work. The market does fall, so rebuilding another market preemptively. Bellerophon may be the answer here to all of his problems. But also, this Titan just dying wouldn't be a bad idea either, because he has a lot more population to play with here. The Heliopolis going to come in, come down, and then take down the town center again. Maybe. See the fortress over here for 3antozz. Looks like it's going down as well. Maybe Skady can come over here and kill the market. Wouldn't be a bad idea, but it's a bit of a waste of the Titan. Like maybe denying the trade route's not a bad idea as well. But Atlanta coming back in, wants to snipe down the Titan. Should be able to pick him off now. And this town center still can't get up for Skady. He's sending more villagers in. Starting to start putting some more towers down as the Tyroi come through to pick those all off. And after all this time, the Titan about to fall here. 3antozz cannot, Skady cannot get his town center back. As 3antozz is somehow making this work. We see ambassadors coming through for Skady. He just doesn't. What does that technology even do? Removes tribute penalty. You can't. This technology should just be removed from 1v1s. Like, why is it here? You can't tribute anyone. Oh, it's so silly. And Skady struggling to produce again. For some reason, he's got resources, just like no units out. More villagers coming in here. Another fortress coming up for 3antozz. Just keep on pestering this area. Eventually you crack. Bellerophon just wants to be like Polyphemus. He just wants to one hit or three hit a wall. Now we are seeing the hoplites coming out. Not a bad try here, but I mean, maybe it's fine. Skady went for like a tech switch. So just all hippocons. Obviously hippocon's not very good against towers. Or archers or whatever he had out, I don't know. But 3antozz just not dying in this game. He's coming back over here. He's got some more militia to push in with. Over here we're starting to see a big push from 3antozz. Skady having to now deal with this because otherwise he loses the town center. And meanwhile, 3antozz is not letting that be the only thing he's doing. He's just putting more buildings up here. Bunch of units coming in for 3antozz. Over here are the buildings with the militia, so he can just hold here forever. Just keep putting fortresses up. Inch back a little bit, one at a time. Still 7,000 wood in the bank for 3antozz. He's still gathering wood as well. At some point, you just take the villagers off of wood. How many? He's got 3? 3 wood villages. 7,000 wood. What do you like to see? Now the Tyroi coming in, gonna snipe down these guard towers. And this position is looking sort of lost here for Skady. It's like can't really hold on to it. So we'll see if 3antozz is going to be able to get the town center up at any point here. And the fortress is back up, which means more militia to deal with as 3antozz retreating back, more military buildings. He still has these villages over in the back here, so he can build buildings at the back whenever he really wants to. And there's the militia popping out here. Maybe after the fortress goes up, we can start working on the town center. Probably just send a couple of villagers up here. Yeah, there we go. 10 villagers coming to get the town center back. Let me see. He's sending villagers here. What's he got? A villager fight? Let's put some towers up or something. This town center will shoot up very, very quickly. Over here is being cleaned up, but all the focus over here, there's no siege. The siege coming in, though, it will be close. I think the Petropolis will get here in time, though. If Skady's right-clicked here. There we go. Smack, smack, smack. Is Skady going to be able to deny the third of 3antozz? Yet again, another fortress coming up, though. Potentially, 3antozz can hold on to this. Meanwhile, we've got big raids coming over here, hitting the trade of Skady. And Skady's gold economy is very, very weak right now. We've got some towers coming up for 3antozz as well. If he can sneak some villagers in here, there is a small gap here that he can go through just here. And these towers are going to be pretty brutal. More fortress up. Polyphemus just being the tank that he is. Smack! 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 Ugh. It's funny, like he one hits with smack, but 3 hits just with a regular wax. Feels bad. I want to see Polyphemus kill a wall again. And now these towers up. That's just going to be so brutal for Skady. His walls just like he's got multiple layers, but they're just getting broken through. 3antozz putting up his guard towers over here, trying to push forward. Now we've got the hoplites coming here, going to try and deny this, but the buildings are already starting to pump out here. And with Divine Blood, it just goes up so fast. It's like you think it's only 20% build rate, but it's like, man, they already build kind of fast. The 20% of kind of fast is kind of 20% faster, you know? And now 3antozz finally getting his town center back. Oh, Polyphemus takes a little bit longer to kill the stone wall. Stone wall is a little bit stronger, but still whacks it down. The 3 town centers apiece is still technically an even game here. Technically, we've got an even game. But Skady doesn't have access to militia, which means he can't push, but he can defend indefinitely. So maybe Wonder here is kind of the only option, but then you deal with Divine Blood. So if you check this out one more time. Yeah, 3antozz has overtaken the economy. But at this point, like, neither player can afford a wonder, which is good, because it means they're putting the right amount of pressure on. 3antozz obviously running out of wood now, so he's going to have to start maybe building some more villages on, or putting them onto wood, but the wood is kind of sparse anyways. There's a couple of wood lines over here you could chop down, but... And here. But yeah, I don't see Skady holding on here. It's all of this red back here. He can just start putting fortresses and things down here again, and all the good stuff. Granary, we're just gonna steal Skady's farms. Oh, hilarity. Come on, see the idle villagers, 3antozz. I want to see the blue farms turn red. Villager sneaking in for Skady. What's he gonna do? Not sure. Maybe he can get the walls back up. He hit this Petropolis in here before. But obviously this point here is super important for 3antozz. If he can get in and hit the trade, it's gonna be fine for him. We'll see how that goes. And there's the farm stolen. Haha! Success! This guy's gonna be able to take down another fortress, but I mean, then the militia pop out. It's almost better to just leave the fortress there in a way and just ignore it and take the town center down first. Just in a way. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Yeah, get him the yawns. It's bedtime. Come on. Skady, 3antozz, wrap this one up. Get in there. He's getting in there. Sneak some villagers in. Go. There we go. Right in there. Get the buildings up. How do you stop this? It's funny, the Heliopolis... Oh, the Heliopolis takes 1 damage sometimes from the town center and sometimes 2 damage. So sometimes that 1 arrow misses, even though it looks like it hits every single time. There you go, but now Skady loses the gold here. He's on 18 gold currently, needs to build another market. He's going to throw it up over here. Well, this may be enough time for 3antozz to make a push somewhere. I don't see... Oh, we see the fortress coming in over here again, so he can start pushing through. I like this attack from this way the most. And 3antozz can even build in more on this location here, but it looks like Skady's defending it nicely. It's funny how, like, when you get to this point in the game, like, you get these big brain lapses on what you're supposed to be doing. Spamming buildings around here and getting this up. Like, he's got all these villages in here. Obviously no wood left. It's a bit tough to do it. Starting to build some more villages. 3antozz going back up to 80 villages now. He's on 3 town centers. Finally. Get in here. Chop this wood down. Get that economy going. Now we got 3antozz getting the guard towers in here, spamming that out. If he gets this position here, and this town center is going to be under threat, that's going to be tough because there's nothing around here for Skady, like at all. This is the position. This is the weakest position that's on the map right now for Skady, and 3antozz is about to hit it. And Skady actually sees it as well. He sees it with his unupgraded storehouse. No signal fires. Feels bad. We'll see if he can get it or not. Meanwhile, trying to push through here, he does have the gold colossus. Got Hippolyta coming out. See if 3antozz can hold on yet again. He sacrifices like a couple of buildings for time. Gets his units back in here and defends. Should be completely fine here. We'll have the colossus coming over here. Gonna maybe pick off some buildings. It's just so many military academies here. We got the metropolis in here, but the wall's not quite set up. So one cheeky hoplite going to be able to snipe one of these metropolis. Let's pick off that big wall though, and the hoplite will get sniped. Here looks like the town center is going down very quickly here. Just 1 gold colossus does so much damage. Meanwhile, fortress is up, towers coming up as well. It is looking like this will live for the time being. Colossus are a big option here for Skady if he gets the gold. They just cost so much gold. And his trade route is so bad right now. What is it now? 40 something? 41. Now 3antozz moving forward. All of his stuff. The guard towers are up here. 3antozz wants to come in and defend this location. And hold on to this. These are Zeus hoplites. It's one of the bonuses here for Zeus that does play into his favor. He can take down these towers very quickly with these hoplites. 25.6 damage, 25.6 damage per second onto these towers with only 30% hack armor. So that's some big damage. 3antozz is coming in here, going to try and deal with this one. Got the Tyroi coming in, sniping down buildings. They do so much damage. They just pick down buildings so quick and have so much HP. Feels like a very difficult unit to deal with for sure. You see more Petropolis coming in, trying to take down Skady's town center here. We do have a Bellerophon queued up here. And another Petropolis coming in to keep taking this down. Guard towers popping up here. Just going to try and hold into this position. Skady trying to get the walls back up. But looks like 3antozz is going to just use his villages and repel that one there for the time being. Over here we see the fortress was sniped yet again. 3antozz building another one back here. Going to be completely fine over from that corner. Villagers have sniped this off, but 3antozz sending more villagers in here. Another guard tower coming up. Just get in onto this location here. It's a slow grind to win these late games, but it's definitely possible here. Don't need to wonder. Though you could wonder. Bonk. Wonder. No? Oh, 3antozz just found some wood together. He's got 480. Doing fine over here. The villagers coming in want to try and take down this fortress. See if we can manage to do that. The Skady classic. Get in there. Jab, jab, jab. Smack, smack, smack. Do you have anything going on over here? Yes! More fortresses. He tried to repair the tower. It just does nothing. Oh, Theseus going to come in though. He's strong. At this point in the game, the heroes are really strong. This is why Greek heroes, like, this is why this game is balanced so well. It's because it's like, the later the game goes, even the archaic age hero is useful. He goes smack, smack, smack. Dead, dead, dead. The villagers here will get sniped though by the towers. We'll see if this ooh, close. 16 HP. Atlanta comes in. She'll be able to clean them up. You see it again, pushing in over here. 3antozz doing a good amount of damage. And Skady is just holding on here. He's really not trying to do any counter pushes. Imagine temple here. Go after this town center. Get some buildings in the back in this corner here or something. It's just like Skady doesn't have the time. There's 3antozz just attacking everywhere. No breathing room at all. And now, this is like Skady's last wood line, I think, as well. There's some wood here, but he can't get that. Some wood here, but he can't really get that. So he has to be in the corner, and maybe 3antozz realizes it, and Skady losing out on wood means the buildings don't go down anymore. And Polyphemus coming back in, going to try and snipe down the town center here. And it's looking like this is a very, very difficult situation to be in. Polyphemus here going to start tearing this down. Still Skady trying to push through this location, but just not making any progress over here. And we'll see if this goes down, but it's looking like Skady out of resources. The villagers stopped repairing, so the Polyphemus is going to do a lot of damage here, but not quite going to be able to take it down. Let's lose that one there. The more Hatira are going to come in. They do a lot of damage here. May be able to start taking this town center down. Villagers trying to repair. If he runs out of any of these resources here, he's just not able to repair this. We'll just go down. But over here now, 3antozz has got all the units onto this back town center here. The villagers getting pulled, going to attempt to repair this one. Skady, 144 of 160 population here. Not enough to hold on to this. There's no siege units here, but it doesn't matter because there's enough units to just take this down. We've got towers coming up on this location here. Hatyroi not in here, but Heliopolis on the way. Over here, town center very, very low. With the Petropolis doing some damage. This town center very low as well. 3antozz not going to allow that one to hang around, cleaning up the Petropolis there. And it is looking like Skady's town center may hold on for the time being, but the tower's getting up. It's going to be tough. Looks like slowly but surely going down. Actually, these villagers here, oh, and they go idle. They go idle, out of resources. Skady is out of resources. He's down to 2 town centers for the first time in this game. 3antozz, 3 town... Oh, sorry, not first time in this game, but kind of like first time in this game in a long time here. 3antozz, 3 town centers, very comfortable with the resources in the bank here. Skady retreating away, trying to take this down, but Polyphemus is here. Big whack. Polyphemus just whacks the Colossus away, but really doesn't do all too much. You can garrison the Polyphemus into the town center. Quick garrison micro here. But the towers are up, and 3antozz not going to make the mistake that everyone else makes. Going to set up around this town center, make sure Skady can't take it back for himself. And Skady does decide to tap out here in the hour and 3 minute 52 seconds of this game. What an insane game here that we've witnessed. 3antozz down to 1 town center, 50 population down at one point it looked like, and he just clawed his way back in with these side builds, just occupying Skady's attention for the entire game. And this is why you have to get that Signal Fires upgrade so you can see the map and see what's going on. More walls over here would have protected Skady, and if he could have just prevented 3antozz from getting back there, he probably would have been fine. He just could never really devote the population over here to kind of clean this all up and make sure there's no villages over here. And they just kept on coming through like, I don't know, like cockroaches, and just keep on popping up. Stuff just keeps popping up, and Skady's not able to make any ground. Skady's got 4 town centers with a Titan and was just not able to finish this game. GG. Well played. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. And apparently I need to mention militia again. So did you know that hoplites and militia are essentially the same unit, except militia are like 10% worse? Let's check the post came out. We've got the economy here. Tons of resources here. A little bit more from the trade here, but about the same villages here. The military count in favor of Skady here by just a little bit. Obviously, 3antozz creating more than Skady, but for some reason the units killed is... How do you kill... There must be all villages that he's killed. Improvements here, we've got pretty much exactly the same, and the mythology of this game here. 352 hoplites for Skady, 283 hippocons for 3antozz. Surprised you didn't see all the militia that were spawned here in this game. And timeline shows us a lot of the craziness of this game, with a big resource advantage here for Skady, and then big for 3antozz as it continued in. And those militia carried. If we check out this final thing, which is kind of interesting, buildings lost, 151 for 3antozz, 160 for Skady. So super even game. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I will see you guys in the next game.